This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The following will contain strong language, adult themes, and Mara. That's me. Listener discretion is advised. Well done for making it this far.
Hi, what are you saying? It's Nell.
Hi guys, what's goody? It's Tammy.
Hey, it's your girl Mara, and this is the Not Too Much podcast. If you know,
You know.
Oh, I'm gonna start speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a really serious topic to me. Because, now you're rolling your eyes. Don't dismiss my feelings. Because you lot, and I mean you two in this room, but we'll widen it out to the audience, have me feeling like a beg. So much for having friends. That's what I have to say.
Oh my god, Mara.
Because when I try to contact these people,
Oh, she got bass in her voice now.
all the bass, what happens? Voicemail. Why do I have to ring 4 bloody times to get through?
You're talking about Nell, not me.
I mean, no.
Direct.
No. You two. Oh, in fact, at this point, I have to just go to FaceTime.
We're
Because-
all in this together. Oh, that was not the reception.
soon.
I
No.
thought.
Because
soon,
no,
girl.
because why does my phone doesn't even get to ring? It doesn't even. All that happens is the person you are calling. And what do you have to say for yourselves?
I don't know what she wants from me.
Neither do I. What do you want?
I want to get in contact with the people that I fuck with.
We're here.
We're
No.
here.
At this point, I'm going to have to start booking office hours. What is this?
But low key,
High key. Actually.
that would actually really help. You have my email. If you could book through my Google Calendar, genuinely, it actually would help.
Be fucking for real. Let's talk about this D&D people. Do not disturb.
Do not disturb. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually a recent converter to D&D. I wasn't like this before. But then the peace. I'm talking about peace. I hope you guys can hear the P. The peace that
Plosive
comes
sounds.
from Do Not Disturb. I've never felt my mind feel so calm.
That's why I'm on sleep mode 24/7. Because I'm so sorry. That's my man and I'm going to stick beside him.
Mm-hmm.
I love sleep mode. I'm so sorry because during the week, it gets a bit too overwhelming with all the calls happening. It's always impromptu. If you people scheduled,
Okay, now I know I'm
scheduled.
gonna be a bit of a hypocrite, but if I'm calling, you should pick up.
no. This would have been better from a different messenger because I'm not taking it from you.
Okay.
No, I'm actually joking. It's not that anyone has to schedule with me. I think I just sometimes find my notifications just a little bit overwhelming to look at.
You do know that there's a settings you can allow certain people to let the calls go through, and I should be one of those people. In fact,
I just don't like
know,
how
but-
my screen's not dark when you put that different focus on.
No, you can change that. I'll teach you how to do it.
Oh.
But I have done that. Okay, you guys got on me for so long. You were on my neck that I was like, fine, I'm going to create a new personal focus. iOS new users know what's up. And you guys are now like one of the contacts that can get through. You're up and there with my family.
same.
Oh, I'm so appreciative.
But the thing is,
Where's the reciprocation?
I come over every week.
I don't care, because when I needed to call now about is there milk in the house? Do you want milk?
sorry. Text me. No, because you could actually text me. And the one thing
No.
about Mara is when she texts you, she texts loudly.
She does. The phone will be shaking because she wants to deliver all the messages loudly. You know, matter of fact, if you've accidentally not looked at her message and you're sitting right in front of her, I'm talking about like 30 minutes ago, this girl will resend the message and resend it loudly. She has a point to get across.
I do. Answer the phone. Hello. I will forever message you lot loudly.
I
There is
know.
Nothing you can
I'll
do about
literally be in. There was one time Mara needed my speakers. I was in the middle of a lecture. I'm on I'm on D&D. I'm on Do Not Disturb. Nothing should come through.
Exactly.
I'm literally writing my notes. I look up to my laptop. I see, can I borrow your speakers? loudly. She doesn't let up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cute. However, is it everyday loud?
Yes. Yes.
Why?
Because you lot don't like answer your phones. Have to speak up.
I do answer my phone.
We do.
You do.
I feel like we all
Sometimes.
speak on the phone so much that I don't even register. Oh, if they're texting me about something, it's not that deep. If they called me, it would be deeper.
Not really. 'Cause you
Not
answer the phone.
necessarily. Oh.
So I don't know how you got to that conclusion.
I do answer my phone. If you call me, I'll answer.
No, I have to FaceTime you. I know how to get through to you lot now. Not gonna
Oh.
lie, I know how to get through. It's just if I have to want like to spend that effort trying to get through, I will eventually. Trust me. Trust and believe.
I normally text you guys.
Yeah.
I normally don't
You seem to like that as
physically
well.
call.
Like prefer.
I prefer calling people, ironically.
Really?
Ironically, I prefer calling people. I don't like texting. I'm not a good texter. Like, my tone is never... Actually, my tone isn't great in real
I
life
don't like
either.
Yeah,
texting.
I wasn't gonna
Yeah.
mention, but
Oh, okay. That kind of
Cer-
hit them.
certain group chats, I like texting, but I prefer like FaceTiming with certain friends. But I do like being on the phone. It's for the same reason of tone.
Yeah.
I don't like anything.
So why are you trying to reach us so bad?
Belling our lines 24/7.
I obviously have something
If you don't
to
like
say.
anything, then
I have something
Then
to
hold tight.
say. No, I obviously if I resort to even FaceTiming or calling you, pick up the phone.
The thing is, I do pick up the phone
No.
when I see it.
When you see it.
Yeah. No, because when the phone finally gets through, do I not pick up?
You do.
Exactly.
But I've had to do like 3 attempts.
It's circumstance.
Mhm.
It's
Now's gotten better
circumstance.
recently. We gotta give credit where credit's
Yeah,
due.
I've
Yeah.
really tried.
You're still iffy.
And I'm a stand strong.
And I'm gonna just keep getting through.
But look, I'm going to try and make more of an effort.
Thanks. To be fair though.
I'm gonna support now making more. Listen, because I do not want to overpromise and underdeliver. So, what I'm gonna do is keep the same energy. I'm joking. Listen, I've been trying to do better, but I also want it to be something that continues, not just a spontaneous thing. So,
My friends don't do it.
we take each day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is quite a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Imagine.
Chatting all of that.
Exactly.
I still reply to you.
To be fair, I feel like before we all became so close, I don't think we were all the best texters or like we would call people and do our thing. But I genuinely believe that we started to call, like we would be on our phones more, especially from the summer, because the group chat would always be going off, and we'd always be calling and FaceTiming.
Yeah.
Like, I think that made us, I guess, not dependent on phone, not at all, but just more active.
Never mind picking up calls. It's whether I see it. That's the issue. Because I just don't see calls.
You don't
Yeah,
see a
so-
lot of things.
Sorry. That's how she said it. I don't see a lot of things. I'm very
No, but it's true, because I feel like sometimes things will just be flying under the radar. Like, it will just pop up, and it's only me just happening to go into the app or something like that. And I'll just see, like
Snapchat. Oh, please don't
I've
contact
given
me
up
on
with this girl on Snapchat.
Please, I'm telling you, I have a do not disturb filter on Snapchat. I don't get notifications for it. So there are some people be like, are you coming to lecture tomorrow? It's the lecture was on Monday. It's Thursday. I'm now seeing that. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I missed it. Stop contacting me on Snapchat. I'm not going to reply.
She's made me an iMessage girl.
Well, do not disturb, guys. What we planning to do? I'm planning to keep it, but be more mindful of who needs to be heard.
I'm planning to keep it.
Mine's on Do Not Disturb as well, so
So you're no better than us.
No better, but I just don't want to be on a listen.
Let's sing it, guys. We're all in this together.
You've been watching High School Musical then?
No, actually.
High School Musical, said we're not to let it go. It's the best fun we ever know. Bring into the music. High School Musical. I love that one. Now for an unserious promotional break. Yes, so I know Now went for the whole humble approach, but just because it's the season finale, nothing changes. Because why are you still here?
It was fun while it lasted.
No, the people need to feel fear.
Once again, we are not responsible for what comes out of that girl's mouth. We'd like to thank you for your continued patience.
Yet again, I will reiterate for you lot. Take yourselves over to our socials and don't just lurk like a little weirdo and not give us a follow and a like. You lot are sick. Anyway, on to the show, and you better be listening. Damn.
Not gonna lie, even I'm like.
So guys, now that we are officially at the last episode of this season, may I add, it's our first season. Can we just give ourselves some credit? I have to
so
break it
pathetic.
down. Oh,
That was so pathetic.
why are you gonna come for her like that?
She was like, whoop, 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 whoop.
What did you do?
Whoop, whoop.
Whisper.
Sorry, Tammy, continue.
No, I'm really enjoying this.
No, because I didn't even hear her say anything.
I said whoop, whoop.
Can you say it at a level that's like people can hear? The human ear, please.
Now, I've got to tell people though, honestly, this podcast game, it's not for the weak.
Mate.
It is not for the lazy. And it's not for the tired.
Listen, the pressure is getting worse.
And
Oh.
worse.
Guy.
But honestly, if you do really care about something, you're going to have to make sacrifices. And yeah, these sacrifices are going to hit.
To be fair, I think we all have areas in our life where we make sacrifices. Definitely. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves. But also the pressures are getting worse. Let's talk about it, please.
Because there are different types of pressures. And like, because we have our internal pressures. That's what was it, intrinsic? Let me use some vocab.
Look at your shoulder. Look at your shoulder.
But we have the intrinsic vibe, right? Which
Yeah.
is what we want for ourselves.
Yes.
And we keep pushing ourselves. Then there's, what's the other one? Extrinsic.
I made that up. That's true.
Extrinsic.
I'm pretty sure that should be a word.
Why are you looking between Mara and
I'm sure
Because we're all humanity's girly, so I was kind of hoping we could all help each other out.
It is
I think it's extrinsic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the extrinsic pressures though on a raw level. There's the extrinsic pressures that you have from the different establishments that you are in. So school, uni, work,
Talk about it.
family, friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
shout out to all my friends. Love you.
Love you.
But
we push each other.
we do.
Yeah. Because we're all high achievers.
That's the thing. I feel like the energy that you attract in this life will really show you something
About yourself.
about yourself. Because, listen, I'm seeing my friends grinding. I'm seeing them hustling. I'm seeing them doing their thing. I'm seeing them trying to become trailblazers in their life. And I'm proud of them. And I'm doing the same thing for myself. But Lord, is it tiring. And again, like you said, I think also if you have friends who are similar to you in that aspect, with putting pressure on themselves, we're all enabling each other. Because who's going to tell you to pump the brakes?
No.
In fact, we keep going.
Yeah.
We're revving up
Yeah.
every 2 seconds.
Exactly.
And I feel like the more we rev up, the higher we also elevate our fear of failure. Because what gets you out of bed in the morning?
Oh, this degree. This degree.
Why?
Because I cannot fail.
And for me, this is so bad to say, but like to fail, I don't know if I could, like, my life, is it worth keeping going if I fail? I know it sounds really dark. It's not that dark, but in terms of like all of my big ambitions, if obviously there are plan Bs to everything.
Yeah.
I'm a planner. I can go up to plan E maybe. If I fail plan E, and that's my biggest fear. If all else, if I fail plan E,
just lock it off. Lock it off.
And that's so toxic to say.
Yeah.
And I know that's a really toxic mindset.
I think it's because of, for at least for me, I think a lot of my identity has been built around academics and been built around succeeding or pushing myself and reaping the rewards that I've sown through all this ridiculous hard work. That is a level of, if I was to do the opposite, I'd say to myself, this is not me.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yes. Who am I if I'm not getting top grades, if I'm not doing all these extracurriculars, if I'm not pushing myself?
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not even the pressure of academics necessarily. It's the pressure of just being exceptional. Oh, I can be a high achiever in academics, but I'll also be a social butterfly. But I can also be there for these people. But being an all-rounded, successful person, that's what it is for me. It's like, oh, you know when you look at someone like, oh, she can do it all.
Yeah.
That's what.
And I feel like there's a level of, when you feel like you can't do it all, you feel like you're letting someone down.
Yeah.
I feel like I tend to think of myself last, because I feel like some people be like, oh, you feel like you're letting yourself down. That is probably one of the last thoughts for me. I think about all the other people that have gotten me to this place, that I feel like if I drop the ball, I'm letting them down.
For me, the pressure that I think I feel most, I feel like on a day-to-day level, is maintaining and building upon success. Because ultimately, I feel like that success can pay back all of the sacrifices that people in my life have made for me to get to this place.
It's the sacrifices that they've made.
So if they've made those sacrifices, they've got me here. Who am I to now fail? Because they've just sacrificed XYZ. That's like the one thing. And I know, again,
it's not a healthy mindset.
I have the self-awareness to know that it's not healthy. And that ultimately they made those sacrifices no matter what. But that was a personal decision. But still ingrained in me is this need to push for them. If it was for me, as you said, but then it begs the question,
who are you doing this for?
Because it all should be, also should be for you. But I think that's interesting that you say that, because I feel like for all of us, we've removed the option of not trying. For example, I would say, personally, this is so toxic, I would rather not even try than attempt and fail. Okay? However, I have removed the option of not trying from me. So the only option is not to fail. So we're back to the square one of this cycle of just absolute madness. But at the same time, what's the alternative? What is the alternative, guys?
Because failing doesn't feel nice.
No.
And on a particular level, if we bring it back to the podcast, right? That was one of my biggest fears. Like even bringing it up to you guys, the thing that was always in the back of my mind was, if we fail, everyone knows that we failed.
Like attempting this and it flopping. that's worse for me than if we just shut down the idea
Yeah.
in the first place.
I don't like failing,
I
but
know.
at the end of the day, a part of me is like, I need to be comfortable
Yes.
with the thought of failing. Just the thought.
100%.
I'm not even ready for the for actual
To come to
failure.
fruition.
But the thought of failing scares me, because even in my home life, coming from a religious background, even praying, you'll be the head and not the tail. You'll be the first and not the last. That was what was affirmed to me in prayer. So like, even though those are positive affirmations, that will
adds to the pressure.
it adds to the pressure, because in my head I'm thinking, okay, well, I've got to be the head and not the tail. I've got to be the first and not the last.
Same thing.
I can't flop.
In the home life as well, like the message that was given to me is, you see all that your parents have done, and you know, older family members around you, you will do that and more.
Building upon the legacy.
That's the thing. And always in my head, I'm like, I want a successful legacy, not a successful moment.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel I want to alleviate some of this pressure in my life. But I also understand that for what I want, the goals and the ambitions that I have for my life, there's always going to be pressure. But I feel like it shouldn't be to the point that it's affecting my health, my mental and emotional well-being.
Right.
Because that's when you start to hit a brick wall.
Yeah. And then it goes downhill from there. And then really, you're bound to fail. If you ain't in check, then what? But I think it's also... No, sorry. I also think, based on home lives, if you've grown up, especially, and you're surrounded by hardworking people, and you've seen them try and build up their legacy, it's like, you're not just going to be sitting idle and being like, oh, yeah, let me just chill. It's almost like, not even genetic, that's not the right word, but it's like ingrained in you not to know any different.
And that's, okay, I want to jump off on that, because for a while, I think it was GCSEs that was my first exposure to the fact that a lot of people don't have that intense pressure or pressure at all. Yeah. I realized that I'm one extreme of a spectrum. What you need to be in is that middle balanced, where you've got enough pressure that you're working hard, but not to the point where you're pushing yourself too far.
Exactly.
I saw people and I was like, wait a minute, not everyone has that mindset. Not everyone was brought up in that way.
It's like a culture
not everyone,
shock.
yeah, not everyone even has like a work ethic to begin with, let alone good or bad.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is, I want to be careful about the way I say this. It's not like I was brought up in this extreme environment as well. Like, my auntie has always been very good with failing, actually. It's actually funny. Her being so good with failing has made me not want to fail even more. If I ever did badly in a test or anything, it's okay, what can you do to do better?
Yeah.
This is how we're going to improve on this. Don't worry, don't let this get you down, whatnot. She's very supportive. However, it was almost like that made me hate it even more.
That's so funny, because I completely agree with you. When you're in an environment where it's like, oh, okay, you haven't done as well, but you did try your best, and like, what can you do for next time? I don't like that.
So because in your head you're thinking, okay, I tried my best and this is what I got.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
Because it's the thing, when you're under so much pressure all the time, when you finally do pass that hurdle, you don't even get time to validate yourself. Most of the time you're looking for the next challenge that you have to cross, because there's a whole phrase about enjoying the fruits of your labor, but you don't even get to enjoy it because you're constantly putting yourself under so much pressure, because there's a level of, when you felt pressure from other people for so long, when they take their foot off the gas a little bit and they don't put pressure on you, you now take the reins and you're like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that.
Mhm.
There's a level of when you grow older, you have to become, I guess, more independent.
Yeah.
And if you've seen habits or work or a certain work ethic growing up, when you grow into that stage of independence, sometimes you're likely to take those habits yourself and you start piling on to yourself.
Literally.
I think we spoke about this.
Oh, honey.
We, after summer and I'd finished my internship, it was that whole thing of I'm going to get a job. That period of time. But I remember Tammy did say, like, just rest and be happy that you finished this. But in my mind, and it's so crazy because I didn't even deep that I was doing this. Like, this is just a revelation now. In my mind, I was already thinking, okay, so I finished this internship. What's my next? Do I need to start planning for a winter one, or should I do summer? I was already like last day. I was still thinking about my next steps.
And it's so hard because I feel like we're all so self-aware. My mum always says, Mara, do not fall into destination happiness. Always looking for the next thing to do. Oh, when I do this and when I'm accomplished in this, then I'll be happy. You get there. Oh, wait, I actually need to do this, this and this and then I'll be happy. You get there. And it's just, you never, with destination happiness, you ain't ever gonna feel the relief or the happiness or the enjoyment you think you're gonna feel. Because you're always looking for the next thing. You haven't even acknowledged the journey, acknowledged getting there, acknowledge the validation that comes with, oh, I actually got here and I made it. Because you're always looking for the next thing.
Right.
We do that a lot. Just to say.
But don't you think the education system breeds that?
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Because
you're moving from one stage to another stage every time. Listen, there's this, especially when you're in, I think it's key stage 4, like when you're doing your GCSEs.
Yeah.
That period, I would say even year 9, because you're starting to mentally prepare yourself for putting choices down.
I would argue, I'm gonna go over earlier, year 4. When those man start doing the 11 plus.
Okay. You see, I was thinking differently. To be fair though, you brought me back. You brought me back to the stress.
Let's bring it back, right?
11 plus and SATs.
11 plus SATs, depending on how crucial your SATs were, depending on the environment of your school. But the 11 plus and SATs, let's talk year 4, year 5.
Yeah.
When you start really prepping for that.
Yeah.
And those children are like 9 or 10.
Then you get to high school.
I used to work as a part-time tutor.
Oh, yeah.
These kids, some of these kids were maybe like year 2, starting work. Like twice a week after school, you're going to lessons.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys ever did this. Have you ever heard of, I don't know if I should say the company's name.
You say it.
Like Kumon.
Oh, Kumon.
No.
Kumon.
You don't know about Kumon?
What is it?
Kumon is a place, man. It's a tuition place.
Listen.
Fam.
For so long. And work just becomes part of your schedule. You don't know any enjoyment. You don't know rest. You don't know monkey bars. You know Kumon papers.
Oh.
It's tough. And like when we were saying, the education system breeds you for that. Let's talk about year 4. You're looking towards your 11 plus or your SATs. After you completed those sets of exams, you're now looking to your mocks to make sure that you're doing well enough to get into the sets you want, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got GCSEs. To do well in your GCSEs, you need to get the right amount of grades so you can go and do your A-levels or BTEC or IB or whatever.
Yeah.
Then from IB, BTEC, A-level, you're now thinking about apprenticeships and uni and your first job. Your first job and uni, you're thinking about second year, third year, graduation. At your first job, you're thinking about the next promotion, the next big business you're going to work at.
No, I'm tired.
No,
I'm tired.
But think about it. You're bred to always think about the next destination. What are you doing now to get yourself to a high level?
You don't get to live in the moment most times when it comes to education system. You reflect back in hindsight, but a lot of the time it's a lot of future thinking.
Yeah.
And a part of me is like, if we're honest, how many people have actually lived?
Not many.
And will we just be part of that statistic?
I really hope not.
Because don't you have the friends that tell you, okay, they had less pressure on themselves, but they're still at the same stage you are in terms of schooling.
Equally as smart. Equally, we're all doing the same degree. At the same level of opportunities.
And then it's like, well,
we all got to the same place.
But I just did the most.
Some of us just took a different path.
But then you look back and think, well, what was the point?
Yeah.
And then you look forward and think, what is the point?
It's hard because I can listen, even though I recognize how much the pressure burnt me out, and I can recognize the negative aspects to it. Maybe it's just my mindset and my mentality, but I do think I needed to instill a sense of drive and ambition into myself. And I think that's something that I hold very dear to me. So I don't look at those things as a negative outcome or consequence for the pressure that was on me.
I get that. Just to play devil's advocate, do you think that's the voice inside of you that's told you that, or the rhetoric that was just spoken at you, and so you internalized it?
It could be multiple things. I do think on a personal level, when you are struggling or dealing with something quite tough, maybe as part of a survivalist mindset, you kind of have to tell yourself there is some benefit to what you're doing. That there's not a level of this, you're punishing yourself. You want to feel like, okay, this is helping me. This is taking me somewhere. I feel like are you guys practicing every day now, putting less pressure on yourself while you're at uni? Because I feel like when the stakes are higher, it's harder to put less pressure on yourself. Like GCSE, looking back in hindsight, it didn't need all the pressure that I was putting on myself.
No, it didn't.
Yes.
And I don't. Yeah. I don't know if I am. I do try. I think when it gets to exam periods, it gets sticky. Yeah. But I always do try and remember, I don't know, work to live, don't live to work, essentially.
I'm trying to do that.
So I think it's getting better, but then again, I don't feel as much pressure as I will feel in about 2 weeks when I have stuff to hand in. So
the pressure's hit.
Yeah. I think I check myself, but I'm not always aware.
We're not there yet.
I'm at a place where maybe once a week I'll realise I'm doing too much and I'll be like, okay, let's relax a bit. But again, I'm probably putting so much pressure on myself constantly that I'm just not picking up on.
Yeah.
Do you guys do anything particular to relieve yourselves when the pressure is hitting? Listen, sleep is not even an option.
I don't think I've been sleeping that well.
I don't think I've been sleeping the right way.
I wake up in pain, so I don't think that's great either.
I don't know if that's just aging or...
Alright. I don't know. I don't know. I've never ever slept solidly anyway, so it doesn't really bother me, but I don't really do... Maybe that's what our one goal should be. Dedicate a time where you can have relief. Listen, we all have bloody books to read. I swear, we've been talking about this for so long. Look at this bookshelf. All of this stuff I need to read, and it's just for pleasure. It's not even for reading.
Exactly. I want to be reading for pleasure again.
Literally, we were talking about this. I've been needing to read this one book. A Court of
Wings and Ruin.
Wings and Ruin. Mara put me on. Sarah J. Maas, shout out to you. I've been meaning to. I'm on chapter 10. I've been meaning to finish that book. Bear in mind, I'm interested. I'm hooked, line and sinker.
And Nell's a fast reader.
I have no time.
I don't have any time at all.
Guys,
I've got 2 months to hit my reading goal for this year.
What's your reading goal?
50 books.
How many have you read? I'm not going to question that.
But I think we should all commit, and the listeners, dedicate a slot. Even if it's 30 minutes, you can spare 30 minutes. Can we? No, we can. Yeah. 30 minutes to dedicate to ourselves, to do a little...
30 minutes a week.
Yeah.
I can't do a day.
Oh no, I
Oh,
meant
you people were doing the day?
no, I meant a week.
That's what I
Sorry,
mean. I can't do a day.
I
I can't do
meant
30
a,
minutes
I
a
meant
day.
a week.
Yeah.
Do something nice.
Because if you rush it, it won't stick.
Mm.
If you try and do it all and do it quickly, like, you're just never going... Like, 'cause this is the thing. I want these habits to stick. I want to be
Yeah.
able to continuously be reading for pleasure. Not just, oh, you know, this day felt light. You know, I'm feeling pretty spontaneous
Yeah.
today. Let me just read. Or let me just, like, have a relaxing moment in bed or wherever you have. But yeah, I just want these things to stick.
Listen, we're still learning, guys, and at the end of the day, we're really young, and it's gonna be quite a long and strenuous time to break the habits that have basically shaped us as people,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
We'll get through.
Yeah.
But we will.
All of us will.
We'll do it.
Including you.
Yeah. It's just it's a great takeaway to know that we are aware
Yeah,
and that we can reflect on certain life experiences we've had.
that's a stepping stone.
Exactly.
Go us.
But shout out for us for like doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
It's kind of a big achievement.
yeah. This is
Kind of.
Episode 6.
a really big achievement.
I know.
Listen, guys, I don't think you understand that this came about so randomly. So randomly.
To you.
Oh,
It was random to you.
it was all planned.
No, but think about it. If you didn't get your internship,
Yeah. It would have never happened.
it wouldn't have actually happened.
And I didn't think I was going to get that internship.
I know.
And then I got
You
it.
said, because I remember us talking about it.
I remember that was actually kind of crazy that I told you. In hindsight. Because I didn't normally tell people that. I think, yeah. But I was like, I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
And I got it. And I was like, shout out to the internship people.
Yeah.
Because they really helped me. I mean, I feel like people found out pretty quickly where I did my internship. It's not hard to find. But genuinely, if they never gave me the support and advice and experience, I would have never come to you guys. We would have never planned this together. Got equipment, meetings.
I just feel privileged that you came to us.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel privileged that you guys accepted. Ew! So cringe.
Are we ready to do our big speeches?
Our big speeches.
We're going to be really cringy. for a
Really
moment,
cringy.
guys. Just to reflect, because I think we've done really well. And... Oh, not everyone looking at that. Oh, I'm not... None of us are sentimental. This is gross. Yeah, I feel like we should be really proud of ourselves. But, I don't know. Let's start with the end of the group now. Take it away.
This is so cringe. Okay. Well, we've made it from episode 1 all the way here, and I'd like to just thank everyone who has listened in. It's been a wild ride, and I've loved so much of it. Also, a massive thank you to all that have supported us in so many unique ways. NTM is truly a sisterhood, and Tammy and Mara have made this a highlight of my life. To our listeners, you have stuck through the laughs, sighs, and low-key threats. We hope that you have had as much fun listening as we have had creating this podcast. The best is yet to come. Oh, this is so cringe. Okay, I'm going to hand over to Tammy.
Okay, guys, you already know. This is not our typical outro. I'm just going to get to it. If you told me 6 months ago that I would be chopping it up on a podcast that I share with my 2 girls, I really would have looked at you sideways. No, seriously. Because for those who have been with us since the first episode, to those that have joined us for this one, just for the first time, thank you for giving us your time and being on this journey with us. It is definitely not over. Now and Mara have been holding me down through all of this, and I'm so thankful for their friendship and what we have created. Okay, it's Mara's turn now. Someone change the channel.
Ew, okay. It's been a journey, a tough one, but also a necessary one. Thank you everyone for listening and sticking with us whilst we've had to learn to navigate this completely new space. I just feel so lucky to be able to have had this experience with these girls especially. To be able to hold a space for not only each other, but each and every one of you has been a privilege, and I won't ever take it for granted. Anyway, you know how it is with me, though. I'm going to still be on your next if you lot don't come back for the next season. So, tune in. Follow the socials. I've already done my little threats. So
You're back at it again.
you know how I feel. Don't be a weirdo.
I was about to say who's been cutting onions, but you know something.
Mara brought us right
It's just
back.
been closed.
And with that,
I've been Nell.
I've been Tammy.
I've been Mara.
And we've been the Not Too Much podcast. If you didn't know before, you best know now.
And that's
A wrap.
Woo!
We did it.
Gang gang.
Gang, 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 gang.
People are too much.